Watch the following clip in which Donna Adelson acts as if she's very indifferent and ask yourself whether it's appropriate for her to be so. I'll talk to you after the clip.
He's accusing you of theft in this paragraph.
Those are the words that are here, yes.
Yeah, and he's very adamantly objecting to your relocation, right? On page 82, it says the sole stated reason the wife seeks to relocate is so that she can be closer to her parents. Was being near your parents the sole reason that you wanted to relocate?
No.
It wasn't the sole reason stated in your petition?
It wasn't the sole reason stated in my petition, and it wasn't the sole reason that he and I talked about before I filed the motion to relocate.
Why was he so adamant and so confident that this was the real reason you wanted to be down there?
I think there's a lot of things in these pleadings that are not true, so just because it says something doesn't make it true.
Sure, but did he know that your mom was just grinding on this issue of trying to get you down there?
He would have had no idea.
That wouldn't have been known to him?
I don't think so.
But he was accusing you in these pleadings of all kind of stuff, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's true, but hiding financial assets, failing to disclose things, kidnapping his kids in the middle of, his business trip, all those sorts of things, right?
Yes, you said lots of things.
All right, and you said a lot of things too. There's filings going both ways that are pretty venomous. Would you agree with that?
I would not agree with that.
Yours were pleasant.
I'm not saying divorce filings are pleasant, but mine were not venomous.
Okay. Did your mother, Donna Adelson, review the filing in which Dan Markell is accusing you of this theft and all this stuff?
I don't remember if she did.
What about the one where Dan Markell is asking that your mother not be permitted to have unsupervised visitation with the kids?
My mom never saw that because after he filed that, he then asked my parents to babysit the kids. And my mom baked him banana bread, gave him a hug goodbye. So there was nothing truthful about that pleading that he filed, and my mom never saw it.
Why do you think he filed that?
He was really angry at me for...
So, okay, now we're going to talk about the general tone of Wendi Adelson during this testimony when she's questioned by Georgia Kappelman. She acts like a person who's just kind of indifferent, that Dan was unreasonable, but nobody ever was concerned that he would be successful with any of these things. So if you were afraid that he would be successful, that wouldn't necessarily matter. The issue would be, with regard to motive, would be anger at the audacity that an ex tried this with you, that an ex tried to keep your mother away from the children, that an ex tried to accuse you of theft and kidnapping. Whether or not they succeeded, the normal reaction would be, they tried to hurt me. So when we think about that, we see that Wendy is trying to look like, oh no fear, no anger, just like, he was ridiculous, kind of, and nobody took it seriously. And then Georgia does impeach her because she's written emails to everyone and sundry. But what I've said before, and what I'll say again, is that I think the normal reaction that one would have if somebody was attempting to do things to you, whether justified or not, that would cause harm to you, such as not letting your mother see your children, or threatening your law license, or accusing you of doing things that you did, or something like that, the reaction would be, wow, they're trying to do this to me and they're not going to get away with it. It wouldn't be, oh, indifference, above it all, indifference, unless you were pretty sure that anger was not a feeling that was allowed to you. So other people are the people who express anger for you, because you don't feel that maybe that's not something you're okay to have. So people around you, the people in your family who are allowed to be angry, you might shift that over to them and they'll be angry on your behalf. The people who you kind of done things to, you do it without venom, but then they get really mad at what you're doing because you've done something kind of passive and to kind of get them, and they're going to react to that and they're going to be angry at you. So you see this whole slew of people angry at Wendy or for Wendy. So in the end, now we see her mother and brother angry at her. And prior to that, maybe they were angry for her. I think there was always a bit of anger at her that was expressed in those phone calls, even about Dave and everything else, like a frustration and an anger. So, she had people angry on her behalf. Jeff Lacasse ends up furious at her. Her friends are furious at Dan for her benefit. They feel she's being mistreated. She has a slew of supporters who are angry at her or angry for her. So she has some friends who are angry on her behalf at anyone hurting her, and she has other people who are angry that she had the audacity to ask them to help her. So there's just like, we have the law enforcement, we have actual expressions of anger by people prosecuting her, by the defense attorneys representing her mother and brother. We have like this really inappropriate, passionate reactions by people around this case, and she's acting like she's got calm indifference. She doesn't feel angry. Oh no, well, he said a lot of things. Oh no, I wasn't afraid of that. So no anger there. Then again, maybe not. Celebrate uncertainty.